the students from Costache Negri National College and Borcea Theoretical High School wanted to address you some questions.
Thank you so much, and I will be pleasure to answer as best as possible.
Thank you. So the first question is, we know you have been working with students for some time now, and we wanted to know how and why did you become a tutor or trainer?
You know, when I first came in Cyprus, I studied in the United States. And when I first came in Cyprus, I couldn't find a job as a programmer. So I was ready to leave the country, go back to the United States, and try my best there. And somebody then tell me, why don't you do a tutoring school? Because Cyprus works a lot with tutoring schools. And I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. We stay here maybe another year. If things work out, good. If not, I leave there. So I take at worst, I take a break for 1 year. When I started the school, all right, I like the whole subject. I like the preparation that you were prepared. I like the attention that I was giving to students. The lessons were interesting. All right. At some point, the school here in Paphos, I had to shut it down. Why? Too many schools, too many people came with computer science degrees, and because they didn't have anything else to do, everybody started to work tutoring schools. So I had to shut it down. But I had the chance to continue the lessons through Erasmus. All right. And because this is now a passion for me, it was a pleasure for me to work with students through the Erasmus program. All right. And this way, I also keep my knowledge fresh in my mind. And I do what I love best, teaching students, getting to know students. And the most interesting thing, I get to know students from other countries other than Cyprus. All right? Next question.
Okay, so the next question is, you have become a successful entrepreneur in Cyprus. What is hiding behind this success?
Hard work. Every time we meet you guys and we need to do a lesson, all right? Actually, before that, when Michalis tells me we start at this date, I'm like, send me the syllabus now, all right? 1 week early, 2 weeks early, as early as possible. And you prepare for it. You have to be prepared. Otherwise, you have problems. And when you have problems, you don't like what you do. When you like what you do it as good as possible. All right? And the result you get is success usually. So it's basically the secret is hard work. Okay?
So the last year and a half was hard for all of us. We'd like to know, how did the global pandemic affect you?
That was very, very bad actually, economically and psychologically. It was very difficult for all of us to stay away from people, to have everything closed, and then I had my work open, so I kept paying all the expenses. That was very, very difficult, not just for me, but for everybody in Cyprus. Okay. Also, it kept you back from meeting with people. All right. Seeing the students that I saw, because every year I expect that time to come to work with you guys. Why? Because believe it or not, you are the most interesting people you can meet as students from the aspect of I see how different minds work. All right. Nobody is the same. Every person is unique. Okay. And that, I miss that, to see people, to see new ideas, like with your projects that we have done. You've seen how diverse the projects were, yet they were good projects. All right?
Okay. Many people in this period consider the present unsure and the future even more faulty. We all got used to a routine, but if you were to make any changes, what would that be?
Any changes for the future?
Yes.
I don't think I would change much. I would just be more patient, okay? I'm a person that believes in the phrase that says, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade, all right? I believe that. I don't think I would change much in order to control my future. This is out of my hand to control things. The only thing I can control, all right, is myself. Now, what's going to happen with work? What's going to happen with my health? Tomorrow we are good, today we are good, tomorrow we are not. So I prefer to see things in not in such a large scale, but maybe a year ahead, all right? Otherwise, I don't think I would change anything, just the way things are, and just try to be more organized, all right?
The next question. For us teenagers, it's hard to see ourselves in the future as successful persons. At the moment, can you say that you fulfilled your plans when you were our age? Mm-hmm. And have you ever thought you would reach this point in your professional career?
I'll tell you what, because I've been through that point. When I came in Cyprus, I already told you on your first question that it wasn't easy to find a job as a programmer, all right? What you guys need to do is work hard. The chance will be given to you, and even if the chance is not given, will not be given to you, your life is on your own hands, all right? You have tools now, like the internet, which you can start to create and show work for yourselves. And when you show work, either you are successful of your own. I mean, how many people did we hear in the news that they were 15 to 20 years old and they became millionaires? Why? Because they were working and they created something that somebody found useful. All right? People actually found useful. So they are, our fate is in our own hands. All right? And it's good enough for you to work hard. And don't worry. If you worry, I'm not going to find a job, or no, don't worry about that. What you have to say to yourselves, I am my own person, I am strong, I will work hard, and I will do the best, and I will succeed. Okay?
So, did you have this mentality when you were our age?
No,
More
no, that came with experience. And that's why I think in class I told you that quite a few times. It's not the first time in this interview that you heard it, yes? This came with experience, and that's why I keep saying it to you guys, because I don't want you to go through what I went, all right? I know it's difficult, but if you hear it enough times, and if you have more people tell you, like your parents, I'm sure your parents tell you, you are strong, you will manage, okay? And if you hear it from me also, because I studied just like you, I went through computer science, I came back, I couldn't find a job. But what did I do? I did my own tutoring school, and I was very successful, okay, with the tutoring school. Until 10 years later, where we had so many schools and job was too low, I had to shut it down and begin a new shop anyways, okay?
How did you discover your passion for web design?
From the beginning, when I was at the university, first of all, it's not passion for just web design, it's passion of learning, all right? And when you do learn, when you like to learn, you come to a point where you find out things that you say, oh, okay, this I like, I enjoy this. Of course, somebody who likes to learn, it enjoys everything, all right? Whatever it is that you learn, you enjoy it. But some things become passion, okay?
So how did you decide that's what you want to do in life?
Like the tutoring, you mean?
No, the web design, the programming, the computer science.
This I knew when I was 15. Now, the web designing was when I was 15 years old. Web design did not exist, okay? But I knew I wanted to become a programmer. And guess why I wanted to become a programmer? Because I wanted to program video games. Like every child who wants to become a programmer, all right? You get into computers usually because of some reason that you see and you wonder, how does that work? How can I do it work for me the way I want it to work for me? All right. So when I was 15, I knew I wanted to become a computer programmer. But as a computer programmer, back then I didn't know exactly what programming is. We've seen a little bit at school back then, but not as much as you guys see today. All right. First of all, we didn't have computer scientists as teachers. It was mathematicians back then. Okay. And then you go to the university and you see the different aspects of programming. And when you see those different aspects, then you decide and you say, okay, I like this, I will follow this. All right?
Which is something you hate and something you love about web design?
I can't say I hate something. I mean, I see things as a challenge. All right? Let's say in more advanced classes, you see, I don't know, database design. All right? You need to create a database on the back end of the server. I wouldn't say that I hate things. It's more of a challenge, okay? And as a person, I like challenges, but I also like to be efficient, all right? So I try to find best ways possible to do things, to be as efficient as possible. And I think that brings a good result out. But also this comes, again, with experience. You need to have experience in order to decide and say, all right, I will not follow this path, I will go this path, because it's going to be shorter, it's going to be faster. It's more efficient to get from here, point A to point B, if I go this way. Okay?
And something you love?
Something I love about web design, because you can show everything you have in your mind to the world. As a web designer, you can create your own job. How? You create a website that you advertise yourself, that you make websites. Okay? For you, it's going to be pretty cheap. It's your time to create your own website. All right? And from there on, you are ready to accept customers. You just need a good marketing plan and hard work. All right? Hard work is always there. Yes?
And the last question, what are the difficulties you have encountered so far in your business and how do you usually overcome them?
In business like the shop that I own?
Yes.
Most
Or the tutoring school?
Or the tutoring school. With the tutoring school, I can't say I have any problems because I work on my own. All right? But on the shop, usually the problems we have is with communication between customers and employees and how things get done. And usually communication is usually key, especially when you are working with a team, all right? It's very important to be able to communicate. And when we say communicate, we don't mean I say A and you say okay. No, we say A and you agree and we do what we agreed, okay? Because you can end up, we are saying we're gonna do this, and you go and do that. That's not communication. We fail to communicate like this, okay? What's next? That's it.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
for
you
your
guys.
time.
Thank you.
No, thank you, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything, the 3 weeks that we were together, and the interview. It was very, very interesting. Very good question, by the way.